Okay, I wanted to do a quick Bitcoin price update. Looks like it had a pretty bad day. uh, yeah, down to 3,800. So here we go. I mean, my last video. Let's see, when was it? A couple days ago. Well, let's just go figure out. My channel. I think I called 3,100. That was just 2 days ago. I called 3,100. Now we're at 38.71. What did the stock market do today? It was up about 1%. S&P up 1.1%. And then gold. And gold is up $12.60, up to $12.38. Silver still doing nothing. Pretty boring there. But yeah, Bitcoin's getting hammered. And I expect it to continue getting hammered. Let's go in and look at the chart. Let's start with the 3 months. Yeah, so where it fell off the cliff on November 14th. That's all. When I see something like that, I mean, it's almost like a calculated. Um, it just looks predetermined almost. But anyway, the dead cat bounce, I think, we're in the reverse head and shoulders here. I see it this whole thing, the reverse head and shoulders, as a dead cat bounce. Yeah, I think we're going to break this again, this 37, 36, this area. Yeah, I think we'll be down in the 3,100. There's some other people I've listened to over the years on YouTube talk about Bitcoin price analysis and everything. And I think the next low will probably be 3,100. When were we last at 3,100? I mean, I don't know. I might be wrong. I'm just giving you my opinion. That's all this is. I don't have a crystal ball, but let's see, August 7th, 2017, we were around 3,100. I'm just kind of thinking out loud while I'm making this video. But yeah, I foresee, again, my last video, I did a quick measurement from here to here. It was about 4 years exactly. And notice how it pretty much stayed in this $400 channel for 4 years. I thought 6,400 was going to be that new channel for the next, 3 to 5 years. And then this happened on the 14th, November 14th. It dropped off the cliff, almost like it was coordinated to do so. Again, I mentioned this in my last video, and I'll say it again. I would not put it past the banks as they're preparing to open up cryptocurrency exchanges and ETFs and things like that. I've heard about, Goldman Sachs opening a cryptocurrency trading desk, so the big money can get in and have all of the trades settle in Federal Reserve notes or settle in dollars. I would not put it past the banks if they, were behind some of this depression of the price in recent months. So just keep that in mind. I think as the big money rolls in, as these cryptocurrency trading desks open up at the big banks, big Wall Street banks, you're going to see all sorts of capital flow into cryptocurrencies, and you might see a big uptick again. Now, I don't think it'll be as rapid as this, as parabolic as this was, but who knows? I don't know. But again, in the short term, I foresee only bad things, only downside risk for Bitcoin, and I see us going down to 3,000, 3,100, something like that, maybe even lower. If that happens, it would almost be a buy signal for sure, because I think what is the volume right now on Circulating supply is almost 17.4 million, almost 17.5 million. Max supply, of course, we'll never reach that exactly, 21 million. So, let's see. Had that up the other day. Well, I won't do it. I'll wrap this up. I don't want this to get too long, but I think it was somewhere like here. Yeah, I won't look it up. But I was going to look at the supply curve of Bitcoin circulating versus max supply. But I think anywhere under 3,000, you've almost got to buy. That's got to be a buy signal. It's got to be the bottom, in my opinion. What else do I want to mention? Nothing other than I think it's going to be more downside in the near future, regardless of what the overall market does, and regardless of what gold does. Just because Bitcoin is, see, 2009, yeah, so it's coming up on a decade now. There's just it's just not a solid enough. Doesn't have enough time to be, a solid investment, a solid store of wealth for people. It's still speculative at this point. So it's not really following and mimicking what gold does. Although I have noticed that sometimes it tends to do the opposite of what the stock market does, but not in the exact same directions. But again, the black swan here, you never know who's behind the curtain and what the banks are doing behind the curtain to the price of Bitcoin in preparation for some of those cryptocurrency trading desks opening up, and you see big Wall Street money coming in 2019 and 2020. But that's all for now. It looks kind of depressing for the near future. But I don't think we have a whole lot more to fall until you get into that 3,000 territory, 3,100 territory, which I see as the true floor for any type of pullback. Ever since I've been here, I've been hearing people talk about the 3,000, 3,100 and retesting those lows back in these days. That's all. Hope everybody's doing good out there, and see you next time.